For Panthers Fans Only is a sports podcast intended for mature audiences and contains profanity as well as extremely spirited conversation. What you see and hear are the sole opinions and depictions of each individual, not at all inclusive of the entire cast or any guests associated with our show. Thanks for tuning in, and always remember to stand on business.
That's not the case, bro.
Oh, well, I mean, it just seems like it is.
No, it's just because of the way that you did all of that for Gunna. But then when Thug comes out as a rat, it's quiet. I mean, have the same energy. No, you spun Gunna after a year. There was times in the car you was like, turn it off, bro. I can't listen. Turn it off.
I didn't spin Gunna at all. I still haven't.
You wouldn't even listen to his album. That was fire.
Time to go back to it.
Yeah, we finna set it off in this motherfucker.
Sounds like he's the only one that didn't rap.
No, he ratted too. He ratted too.
He ratted too. Solid.
You wanna talk shit? You wanna run your mouth? You want some gangsters start your motherfucking house?
We'll set this
bitch out. Set this bitch out.
A lot of chat on X from them niggas down in Duval. And we fucking 5 days away now. So it ain't no more chatting, it ain't no more talking, and yes, we in the building.
I told mom I'm thugging outside, we don't need cable. Now I'm the nipples on the titty. I'm the motor caller, hear me. I'm the V12 and that 760. You niggas bitches, we real niggas.
Free Boosie, man.
Love to go and beast mode.
He about to go down.
We all got bread, so
he gonna go do his 10P. Or maybe he'll get 6 or 7.
He said people in prison been begging him to come down there. They said, where you gonna be at? We got you, bro.
I told you niggas let me get me before you get stretched in the street. This the day that you gon' be deceased for playing with a beat. I told Turk, take off my collar, I'm finna take it there. You niggas ain't playing my project, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, Micah Parsons, on behalf of my producer, thank you for your services. I really wish y'all could. Matter of fact, never mind. We'll save it. We'll save it.
I got it. Back up. I got it.
Welcome to Four Panthers Fans Only.
You jumping like a frog, we'll put you on that wall. Set it off in this motherfucker. Set it off. My click all dogs, bitch don't make. I'ma tell you like this, look, nigga. May not be thuggin', not be fresh.
It is officially game week. Waited a long time to say that phrase. But it's officially here. I mean, we have football in 48 hours. Meaningful football in 48 hours. With all due respect to college football, because the slate this week was tremendous. Nevertheless, or last week technically.
I'm God, I came out my mama a hustler. Been through the rain and the pain, now I'm a dirty motherfucker. I heard a motherfucker set it off in this bitch. Y'all niggas coughing in this bitch. We flossing in this bitch. And I'll help real well. Fuck going to jail. Come home and set it off and get your mail. Nigga, I got
Adam Thielen, thank you for your services, but not really. Because matter of fact,
don't start, bro.
No, I'm not gonna start. I'm just gonna say that this conversation, as it pertains to FPFO, has been occurring since March and April, and through that time, I've hung on Mount Calvary probably 5 times. Damn near every time we had the conversation. But now, it happened. Now, he never wanted. Now everybody's getting on track. But when I say it, you know. And I think that you might have been one of the ones that contributed to that bullshit.
No, I wasn't, bro. I wasn't.
Okay.
Is Dylan back in the chat, speaking of?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
He texted me and was like, "It's game week. Put me back in the chat." Like, okay, nigga. I didn't even know he had left. I knew he left the first time. I didn't know he left again.
We got him knocked off.
I was about to say he got booted the first time. Watch your fucking mouth when you speaking about the fucking Pirates, nigga. Watch your fucking mouth.
Oh my God, I can't wait for my 2 minutes.
Oh,
I'm a slander him for everything it's worth.
okay, I respect it.
That was gonna be my 2 minutes too until
Micah departed.
yeah.
Again, welcome to For Panthers Fans Only. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure to tap in with us on social media at For Panthers Fans Only on Instagram as well as TikTok. If you're not connected with us on X, you can find us at FPFO_podcast. Also, www.forpanthersfansonly.com. Go purchase your Black Carolina Reaper t-shirt today. You'll get it, I don't know when, because I've been telling people for the last 2 or 3 weeks, get your shit in so you can get everything you need before week 1. So if you do it now, I mean, you'll get it before the first month of the season is over.
Yeah, people have been worrying me about those shirts.
Yeah, just tell them pipe down. They're coming.
Yeah,
they're on the way.
I told them relax.
I spoke with the manufacturer Friday, and allegedly they're going to be done once they're hearing this episode. So we'll see. We'll see. But they'll be delivered. They'll be delivered for sure. And again, the date for that is pre-week 1. That is the goal. So everything goes properly, they'll be out by then, delivered by then. What else? Yeah, so go to our website, connect with us there. Obviously, on all DSPs, For Panthers Fans Only. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on. If you're unfamiliar with our YouTube channel and you're watching on X or listening on one of the DSPs, you can go over to YouTube right now, For Panthers Fans Only, in your search bar, subscribe, bell notification, and like the video if you're watching. Other than that, that's it. That's it. So welcome to the show. I'm your host, JJ.
I'm your co-host, Terrence.
I'm your producer, Tavian.
And yeah, it is officially game week. Really, for me, there's no better feeling in the world, to be honest. When you step outside, outside, like even on Thursday of this past week for me, you step outside and you just take a deep breath and just something in the air just triggers your body. No cap. Something in the air just triggers your body. So football season is officially here. Again, games in 48 hours. Eagles and Cowboys in Philly. And then, of course, nigga, this is a Panthers for sure. And then, of course, on Sunday afternoon, them folks play 1 p.m. Nalo versus Travis. So, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
Wrong button.
What's wrong with them, bro? What's wrong with them?
Wrong button.
How y'all feeling, man? How's everybody doing?
Doing great. Happy to be back. Short week, far as work-wise, so that's always good. Had a great weekend. Met some phenomenal people. Had a wedding yesterday, which was also really fun. So it's been a great weekend. Definitely excited that football is back. I started getting an itch, placing my bets. I hit on some things. Notre Dame, their ass. Boise State, their ass. But other than that, fun weekend. Got some compliments on the pod. Ty said it sounds a lot better than it did previously. I don't know what that attributes to, but,
Shout out to Ty.
All good things there. He did say you texted him, but he said he didn't know. He said he thought you got hacked or something.
No, it's okay. Niggas just be phony. What did I say? I'll tell him if I got hacked or not.
No, he was like, you were like, hope you're doing good. Love you. Like, hope everything is
regular
well.
Shit.
Yeah, he was like, he just never received that message from you before, so he thought like you got hacked or something. I was like, nah. I was like, he does it. He sends those out.
I'm a good guy.
And he was like, oh, okay.
It's a good guy, bro. Boy, how you doing?
Don't. I'm doing good, man. Had a good weekend as well. Went to the beach. That was a good time. Met some good people out there. Saw a really cool fantasy draft idea. Unfortunately, doesn't seem like it would be applicable in our 16-man league.
No, it's going to be applicable.
Oh, niggas can't show up.
Yeah, I was about to say, unfortunately, we can't get 16 bodies in the room.
Did you understand what I was saying about the thing?
No, but he explained it to me.
Okay.
And I understood it then.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea.
Not being funny at all.
No,
but just I really couldn't like process it over text.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I was like, I explained it to him a little bit, but it's kind of hard to explain over text. So
yeah, so it was cool, man. It's gonna be nonstop, go from here on out. Looking forward to it. Traveling is always fun, a little stressful, but you know it's a good type of stress. So I'm looking forward to the season. Ready that it's here. Excited, super excited. Looking forward to it all.
Yeah.
Duval.
No cap. I got my towel ready. Oh my God, I'm already ready to get on the road.
Just don't let nobody put one over you this time.
Put one over. Oh, he got blessed because I was with Shorty.
Like I said, just don't let it happen again.
Well,
Another
he had to fetch
situation
it.
Fanned out.
He had to fetch it. He had to go relax, nigga. I don't need that. I don't need that today. Okay, deal.
It's just the fact that you're just sad, bro. I'm just thinking of so many different occasions, and the nerve that you had to call me this morning on on some BS. Like, it's just crazy.
Two occasions.
Yeah, very nasty occasions though.
Not really.
I've seen the worst of you in those situations. In both.
Because I'm not gonna lie, that on the way back from the Arizona game, that shit, I'm embarrassed to even know that was myself.
How do you feel about Jalen Coker?
Oh, I mean,
I don't know how he got looped into that word, but okay.
You know, because that's how JJ feels about him. So.
No, I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and say that. I don't want to go there first though. I want to go to Thielen first because that's what happened first. So how do you feel about it? Because I went live and did a whole hour and some change. So they already know. And just to recap briefly, and then I'm going to give it to you and you so y'all cook. But the nigga didn't want to be here. Actually, Adam Thielen didn't want to be here. I'm going to try and do better with the vulgarity this week. We'll see how it goes because, I mean, we just had to edit some shit out.
It's been you both times, by the way.
Sure. I'm aware. He didn't want to be here, bro. He didn't want to be here. That's been abundantly clear to me personally. Like I said, I tried to tell people that back in March and April. Of course, people weren't hearing that from me because he's been our most productive receiver over the last 2 years. Even though last year, you know, he had the injury and missed 6 or 7 games, whatever the case may be. But he didn't want to be here, bro, and every opportunity he had, he hinted at that. Like, you talk about the Chiefs unprovoked on the golf course. You know, you throw little tantrums on the sideline because you're dealing with a rookie quarterback. Like, it wasn't abundantly clear that you were going to be dealing with the rookie quarterback. That was 2 years ago when he went for over 1,000. That's when everybody in Panthers Nation got on their knees behind a 1,000-yard receiver on a 2-win team. So, you know, I even that to me was weird and is weird. So the little tantrums, then you shoot at the facilities, you sneak this and Bryce in the media, and then this whole situation, like we're hearing reports that Adam Thielen, you know, wants out of Carolina, wants to be back home, this and that. And then just the whole theatrical show from his wife, that really sent me over the edge. That sent me over the edge, and then what solidified it was me getting the notification that he had restructured his deal and gave Minnesota like a $4 or $5 million discount. So that's how Adam Thielen isn't worth shit to me. Our content manager calls him a legend for whatever reason. I'm gonna tell him, and I'm gonna tell y'all if y'all feel the same way. Y'all were smoking dick. Simple as that. So beat the traffic. Thank you for your services because you were productive, but. You know, I have no emotional attachment to him. As a matter of fact, I'm happy that he's gone. And if the Vikings don't win shit but 5 games this year, that would get because you think that Carolina is just this terrible place. Okay, cool. The grass ain't always greener. Well, I mean, he's throwing tantrums with Bryce on the sideline, and now he has J.J. McCarthy. So, yeah. I mean, with the Adam Thielen situation, I really understand it from both sides. Like, obviously, when you have a guy who doesn't want to be here and has made that clear on many occasions, I mean, I'm not sad that he's gone by any stretch of the imagination. I'm actually happy because if you don't want to be here, then I don't want you here. Cool.
we're not the place for you. But he was productive during the time that he was here, so I do appreciate that. I feel like in that aspect, that gave Bryce some opportunities to grow as well, because he was a consistent target for him. So he did great things for us in that aspect. But, I mean, it was just – I've never seen someone champion so hard to be out of a place. And, like, it almost felt like he was damn near facilitating the trade or something like that, just by how much he was speaking about it. And you could tell the way his family was reacting. And they're just like, you know, Adam Thielen wants out. He really wants to be back in Minnesota. So I'm just like, okay, well, cool. Go ahead. You know, take off. Do what you got to do. But I do understand it from his perspective as, like, you know, he's getting older. He won't have that many years left in him. He wants to retire as a Viking. That's where he started his career, right? Started his career as a Viking. So that is home for him. So I do understand him and his family wanting to be back in that location near and towards the end of his career. So I understand that. I just don't like the theatrics that came with it, with him, you know, championing to be out in Carolina, and then, you know, the reaction his wife and his family had, and, you know, all of that being blasted on social media. It was just a little too much.
It was.
I was just like, it's way too much.
Like, just show some decorum, bro.
Yeah.
Just show some decorum, like, and some appreciation.
Yeah.
Because to add additional context, not to cut you off, but I'll come right back. We're the only one that gave the nigga a chance.
Exactly.
At the price point. Because, I mean, you know, he's on his knees and actually all fours. Can you please mark that again,
Jesus
if you
Christ.
don't mind? But him and his wife, they both on all fours behind Minnesota. And I guess that people just have short-term memory when they want to, because this is the same organization that just dumped them off to the wayside 2 years ago. Same organization that wouldn't give him another chance. Same organization that said, oh, we feel like you can no longer be productive at this price point. So if you don't mind, thank you so much for your services, beat the traffic, and we wish you the best of luck. But now it's all Vikings, you know, we want to go back home. Okay, cool. But like I said, Carolina Panthers are the only one that gave him this opportunity, and the only thing that we received in return was a slap in the face and mixed with spit and piss and just ungratefulness, transparently. But, you know, I'm supposed to feel away because he got traded. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, and he even said it in the little interview on the golf course. Was like he wanted to go to the Chiefs. They didn't want him. So it's just abundantly clear that we're the ones that gave a chance, like took a chance on him. And like I said, he had productive years with us. But, I mean, it gives opportunity for other receivers to step up. And it does put it puts a lot on their plate as well, because guys like Jimmy Horn is going to have to step up, Jalen Coker, XL. Like, you no longer have Adam Thielen. That's that safety blanket that can bail you out of situations to where you're dropping passes, or to where, like, you're not running the right route, and Bryce isn't going to have that safety blanket and that check down weapon. So other guys are going to have to step up. So I'm excited to see what this new wide receiving core can do. Obviously, there's some injuries there, and there's a lot left to be desired there. But we have to move as an organization. Like, we have to move, and I'm happy that the Carolina Panthers stood firm on what they were asking for Adam Thielen, and didn't move until they got what they wanted. So shout out to Dan in the front office for staying firm on that. But all in all, like, thank you, Adam Thielen, but, you know, happy that you're gone.
Yeah, I'd agree. And the compensation was key. Like you said, I think that the initial conversation, I think the Panthers were asking for a third, but then that dropped to a fourth relatively quickly, because I think that's what they really, really had him truly valued at. And I came on this podcast and said that I think that as it pertains to our team, his value to our team would be a third. But I guess there had to be some give and take there. So obviously you see what they did with the compensatory picks and everything like that. But then it just ended up being a net of a fourth-round pick for us. For me, if you can get a fourth-round pick for a 35-year-old receiver that's only going to play another year in the NFL, presumably, specifically if it was with the Carolina Panthers, because he was gone after this year for sure, no question. But you get a fourth-round pick for a 35-year-old, to me, that's a W. That's a W in my book. So
yeah, exactly. And I think that this front office has the opportunity to flip that fourth-round pick, being that we get Latham in the fourth round.
Yeah, there was a couple. I think JT we got, Lathan. So there's definitely a couple that, you know.
Travis.
Yeah, Travis.
Trevor.
Yeah, or Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor. So they've shown that this organization, or this front office rather, has already shown me that they can evaluate talent relatively well, transparently. So whatever they do draft capital wise, I'm gonna be okay with it. Even though Trevor is unproven, like we've only seen a preseason from him. So it's gonna obviously that's TBD, as well as Nalo and everybody else from this rookie class. But I would say the overwhelming majority of the fan base has been happy with the picks that we've brought in over the past 2 years, as well as what we've been able to do with our draft capital, even outside of the picks themselves. So, I mean, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Now, if it was Scott Fitter or whatever the case may be, I'm just thinking in my head, yeah, unfortunately that 4th round pick ain't gonna do shit because we're gonna dick it off and get somebody like a DJ Johnson in the 3rd. But
I think it's one of those things, man, where with Adam Thielen specifically for this year, I think the Panthers got worse when you trade away Adam Thielen because he has been productive with questions around. Like Nalo, we all assume is going to be good, but we just still yet don't know because he hasn't suited up in a real game. XL, there's still a lot of question marks around him, and I'm not going to slander him today, so I'm going to get off of that. Hunter Renfrow, was kind of on and off with injuries throughout the training camp. We thought he looked good based off of the footage that the Panthers were putting out. However, they still cut him. Jalen Coker now goes down with an injury. You just kind of now where that wide receiver room where a couple of weeks ago we felt really good and we felt like the Panthers had a really strong receiver room and that it was going to be hard to make roster cuts because of the depth at receiver. Now you get a room where without Adam Thielen looks a lot different and there's a lot more question marks now.
Yeah, I can agree with that because, like, you took a hit in some areas. Like, you traded Adam Thielen, Jalen Coker goes on IR, but you also get the opportunity to bring Hunter Renfrow back. But like you said, he was dealing with injuries as well. But if you're under the belief, like JJ and a lot of other people, under the belief that Hunter Renfrow and Adam Thielen are the same type of receiver, then, there could be a chance that Hunter Renfrow brings that same type of value that Adam Thielen does, if he can stay healthy. So, I mean, it's a twofold situation. So, depending on what way you choose to look at it, I guess you can kind of determine if it was a good thing or a bad thing. But, like I said, we have to move forward. Unfortunately, guys have to step up. And, it is what it is.
Yeah, for me personally, I like it because my whole point from the very, very beginning had been, if you're big on this youth movement, like you've shown that you are, if you're the Carolina Panthers, right? Whether it be draft picks or even some of the undrafted guys that you bring in, and you just talk about the youth movement and the development of talent, etc. If that is your stance, then everything needs to align with that. I think last year, obviously, that wasn't going to be in the cards because Adam Thielen did just come off 1,000 yards, but you bring in another rookie wide receiver this year. 2 of them, actually, because you go get Jimmy Horn in the 6th round as well. My stance has always been, baptism by fire. Very, very simple. If these guys are who y'all believe them to be, or they're going to be who y'all believe them to be at some point or another, we need them getting instant game reps, meaningful game reps as soon as possible without having to rely on somebody that's been, consistent over the past 2 years. Let's see who that next guy is for us. Like Terrence just mentioned, I do believe that Hunter Renfrow and Adam Thielen are the same receiver transparently. And that has nothing to do with race at all. Because I know a lot of y'all have been taking it like that. That's not the case at all. If you look at them, in my opinion, they're the same receiver. Hunter Renfrow is just, at this point in his career, at 30 years old compared to a 35-year-old, he's a little more clean, in my opinion, with his route running, with the way they were utilizing him in training camp. Now, obviously, we heard Dave Canales speak at the presser after they did make cuts, and he was asked about Hunter Renfrow, and he made the comment or the statement that his training camp was a little more up and down than we initially believed based on the propaganda that we were being fed. So that was something that we hadn't heard up to that point. However, I just feel like if he's just going to simply be option number 3, then he's going to do enough for us for him to be option number 3 until Jalen Coker comes back and he becomes option number 3. Since we kind of segued into that already, the unfortunate part about this is you trade Adam Thielen, I believe, on Wednesday, and then the following day during one-on-ones, Jalen Coker re-injures the quad that he's had problems with since he's been in Carolina. And is now officially on IR for at least 4 weeks. So that is, I mean, yeah, there's no other way really to describe that. That shit hurts because it makes what you're saying a lot more valid, right? Because you can't really rely on Excel. If we're just having an honest conversation, you just can't, right now, you can't fully rely on Excel. Hunter Renfrow, again, he was on his deathbed last year. So though, you know, he has his fan club, his cult following, whatever the case may be, he's a local boy, whatever, we still got to see it. Same thing with Tetairoa McMillan. We don't know. Rookie wide receiver, unproven. He's also dealt with injuries that we haven't acknowledged on this pod, and a lot of people just haven't touched on at all in the fan base. But that's something as well, like hamstring for him. And that was an off and on thing throughout training camp, which is why we didn't see him for, you know, that last game, because I think they were going to try and give him work, but they shut him completely down for like the last week and a half of training camp, right? So a lot of question marks in that wide receiver room, which speaks to your point more so. When you talk about the Adam Thielen deal, it's just kind of like, damn, maybe it was a little premature, but at the same time, you weren't going to get the value for him if you waited until 2 or 3 weeks into the season like you tried to do with Deontay Johnson. It just wasn't going to happen because at that point, Addison was going to be back. At that point, Naylor was going to get healthy, right? So, it's half and half for me, bro, to be honest.
And not to cut you off, but also what I was saying earlier, the Carolina Panthers probably felt in that situation as they were engaging in those trade talks around Adam Thielen. Like, now we're seeing that you really don't want to be here. So as an organization, it's like, if you don't want to be here, there's no point of us continuing to hold on to you, because that doesn't do anything beneficial for the locker room, because now your teammates know that you also don't want to be here as well. And you're supposed to be a vet, one of the vet guys in the locker room. So that trickling down to the younger players is not a good look. So, unfortunately, we have to find some way to get you out.
Yeah. And, I mean, I think they did it the most efficient way possible. And the fact that you can get a 4th round, like I said, that to me is a W. That to me is a W. Was there any other, like, crazy news that came out? I seen something about the Jalen Coker thing, too. Long story short, this was something that this was the first time that we heard this, too. I think this was per Joe Person, and I don't know who the other reporter was, but comments were made about Jalen Coker and Dave Canales and the coaching staff not being pleased or being displeased, quote, with the way he came in to the offseason, into the summertime, with his conditioning, with his body type, et cetera, as if he wasn't working hard enough to get where he needed to go. And allegedly they had to put him on a specific training regime or routine, to get him where they needed to go. That for me is a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a problem. And I hate the fact that these niggas continue to lie to us, bro. Like, I just wish that at some point or another this organization, like, it became transparent. Because the only thing that I've heard from Dave Canales, right, for the past 3 or 4 months is how elated they've been with Jalen Coker and how he prepared during the summer and all of this stuff and during the dead period and everything like that. Now we get this information. So, how about it? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you're all good. It just comes down to what I said last week or the week before. It's like, you just see that some guys want it more than others, because I feel like as a undrafted rookie, and, you know, you having the season you had last year, which was relatively good for the position that you came in under. But it's like you're not taking it serious enough and think that your spot is already solidified by coming into the offseason out of shape and, you know, dealing with injuries. So it's just showing that you're not doing what you're supposed to do when the cameras are off or when people aren't monitoring you 24/7. There's a lot of growing up that needs to be done, not specifically with Jalen Coker, but, you know, around the league, and just with the younger guys in general. Like, I feel like people aren't taking it as serious. And then you have things like this where it's another soft tissue injury, you know, where you've had problems with that last season. You had a full off season to where you could have been putting in work. You could have been getting the right training to, you know, stop some of that damage. But unfortunately, you didn't do it. And then it leads to another injury to where you have to go on IR. So a lot of these things are preventative, like, from the player's aspect. But when you have guys that's not all the way bought in and not taking things serious, then, you know, you get into a situation like this. So it's very underwhelming to see, but obviously we hope Jalen Coker can bounce back. because he is a vital part of this receiving room and a part of this team as well. And
especially now.
Yeah.
With no Thielen, especially now.
Exactly. And I think that if you want to see a successful football team, a successful Carolina Panthers football team, that looks a lot better with Jalen Coker on the field and healthy, especially when there's a lot of unproven guys inside of this room.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, I guess we might as well just go into week 1 a little bit. Or do y'all want to? Actually, I want y'all's official record first. I want to go ahead and do this first.
Are we doing that now?
Yeah, we're
doing
official
that record
now.
time.
Yeah, it's official record time for sure. So you want to start us off, Terrence? Actually, yeah, you're starting us off. So this is our officially official. So I don't need. Actually, I'm not going to tell you what I need from you.
Okay, I don't really care.
Yeah, I know.
You're not gonna like what I say anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Jacksonville,
Win.
Arizona,
Win.
Atlanta,
L.
New England,
L.
Miami,
L.
Dallas,
L.
San Francisco, New York. Sorry,
Win.
New York who?
Jets, Buffalo Bills,
L.
Green Bay,
L.
New Orleans,
Win.
Atlanta,
Win.
San Francisco,
L.
LA,
L.
New Orleans,
Win.
Tampa,
L.
Seattle,
Win.
Tampa.
L. What does that put me at? 7-10.
Your producer's
Yeah,
gonna
7 and
tell
10.
you. We're not losing that many games. You want to go next?
Okay.
I can go next.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. All right.
You have it?
Yep. Jacksonville, win. Cardinals, win. Falcons, win. Patriots, win. Dolphins, L. Cowboys, L. Jets, win. Bills, L. Packers, L. Saints, win. Falcons, L. 49ers, L.
Are you keeping up with it?
No. But I remember what you said.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Rams, L. Saints, win. Bucks, win. Seahawks, L. Bucks, L.
So we had 1, 2.
5-3 by the time he got to Buffalo. He had us losing against Buffalo, losing against Green Bay. So 5-4. W against the Saints, 6-4. That second Atlanta game was a loss.
It was a loss.
So 6-5. San Francisco. So 7-7, and then the last 3, Tampa Bay. You had us
Win in the first one.
then beating Seattle.
Losing to Seattle and losing to the Bucks.
So 7-9 or 7-10.
Oh shit! I guess so.
Was that right?
I think so. He had
1, 2,
Or is it
3,
8 and 9?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have 8.
8 and 9.
8 and 9.
Okay. Win, loss.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Win. Uh-huh.
Win. Win.
It's 5,
Win.
6,
Loss. Win.
7.
Loss. Win.
8,
Win.
9,
Win.
10.
Loss.
10-7.
Yeah, I mean, every time I do it, that's what I get. And that's what giving Atlanta an additional game that I just don't know if they're going to get with.
So you're beating Dallas?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we're beating Dallas. 1,000%. 1,000%. For sure. I mean, I don't know why you asked me that. Like, that was supposed, like, did you think I made a mistake?
Yeah.
You thought so?
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but
No, I don't need it. Thank you. I have our floor. Our floor is at 8, and our ceiling is at 12.
so can we revise the bet then and take money at line just straight up?
No, we absolutely cannot. I tried to revise multiple bets with you over the past 2.5 weeks.
You didn't try to revise one with me.
And no, yes, I did. I tried to revise the EJ one last week.
We don't have an EJ bet. Oh,
yeah, top 15 defense. Yeah, we do. And you said no, because you wanted to do all that talking and defend them to the death. So now I'm gonna make you stand. Okay, cool. Now you stand on the 4.5 that you gave me with no Micah. Perfect. Thank you. So no, we can't.
How much did we have on that? 50?
50 what? Our game?
No, the EJ.
Yeah, 50. I was about to say, no, we got 200 on that sheet. And I need you to make sure that that's locked into your book.
Well, I know since we're on this topic, not a Dallas podcast or Packers podcast, but Ian Rappaport just reported this. Packers pass rusher Micah Parsons, whose deal went through following a physical, is still battling some alignments. Sources say he has a facet joint sprain and may be able to play with the epidural. Both Dallas and Dr. Robert Watkins confirmed the diagnosis.
Interesting.
So I don't even know how that passed through the physical, but
yeah, I don't either. I don't know how that passed through the physical, and then you gave him 198.
Yeah.
After that,
fleeced him. Thank you for your service.
That's interesting context.
That's gonna make him happy and make him try to,
spin it. Yeah, I know. I see how he's cheesing already.
When he's been crying all weekend, but okay, cool.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna save it for my
coping.
2 minutes.
He was coping so hard when I called him, like as soon as the deal went through. And
right, you can't talk to me 24 hours after. Like I was, it was an emotional.
And he's wearing the jersey.
I was emotional.
He tried to burn that as soon as it
yeah,
happened.
As soon as it happened, he comes in.
This is what
he grabs the lighter off the table. He has the jersey. He's flicking the lighter. I'm like, oh my god, here we go,
bro. I was joking, bro. He says I'm sitting in my room. Terrence goes, Micah just got traded to Green Bay. I was like, no, he didn't. And then he was like, no, he got traded to Green Bay. I was like, dead ass. And then I opened Instagram up and I see that shit flooded with Micah going to Green Bay. I said, shit. I walked to my closet, grabbed the jersey. I walked out here. I started fucking with the lighter in the jersey.
Yeah, he was gone though. Mentally, he was gone.
Nah, honestly, it's not. It's really not as bad as you would think.
If y'all are able to flip those first rounders.
Yeah, that's the key.
Right.
If you can do it, you have to do it. But y'all have shown the draft well. So
especially in the first round.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of gives me. I'm okay with it right now. Depending on what we do with those first round picks. And I also like Kenny Clark. Like this isn't a cope. Like legitimately when the news had first broke and it was 2 first rounds and a piece, I immediately went to the Packers depth chart and I was like, what fucking piece would we have traded? And there was 2 names that I was like, I'm okay if it's, and one was Kenny Clark and the other one was Rashawn Gary. I was like, if we got either of these 2 pieces, I think I'm okay with the trade. And one of them turned out to be Kenny Clark. Because every time we play the Packers, Kenny Clark is a pain in our ass. So
he's a dog. He's one of them ones for sure.
So I've been known about Kenny. So I was like, all right, like if we get that and Dallas has lacked a competent D tackle, 1 tech for fucking a decade going on, 15, 20 years now. So it's like, all right, we got a competent 1 tech. We definitely lost a lot in the pass rush because you just can't make up for what Micah's God-given talent is, and that first step is just unbelievable. But if we can make up for it like as a unit, if everybody can step up, if we can average out Micah's 12.5 sacks amongst 3 defensive ends, I think I'll be okay. Like I think we'll be able to keep our head above water. And with Matt Eberflus's scheme being more so dependent on linebackers stopping the run anyway, having a dominant defensive line, in particular defensive tackles, really helps clean up those gaps and lets those linebackers shoot through. So if that's the play, then like a lot of pressure on Eberflus now, but like let's see. Like I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm not gonna fucking slander him because I did the same shit with Rafi Devers when the Red Sox traded him, and all they proceeded to do was have the best fucking record in the MLB from the time that they traded him to now. So we'll see. Different situations, obviously, but similar, being that they're 2 generational talents.
Rafi Devers is not a generational talent, respectfully. Micah is a generational talent, bona fide. Rafi Devers is mediocre until he plays in New York, like legitimately. So, but yeah, I respect it. I understand your opinion, and I understand your position. You just know how big of a Micah fan I am. So
Shit, me too.
yeah, so
He was the only jersey I had.
And for Panthers fans that wanted him and whatever, unfortunately, we could have done the 2 firsts, no problem. But you couldn't get DB. So if that's where the conversation was and always had been, which is what I've been seeing, that they wanted a dominant defensive tackle, and Derek Brown's name came up, I would assume that the Panthers hung the phone up relatively quickly. Transparently. I mean.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, like, because it's just like, yeah, I mean, it is Micah, but this is DB. And plus 2 firsts. Like, if it was just Micah for DB straight up, I'm going to hang up and we'll discuss it internally. But, yeah,
DB and a first for Micah. Because it would never get done just trading them straight up.
No, it would never get done.
I would have taken DB a first and a second.
See, it's just like, for me, it's just about the draft capital. Like, to go along with them. I probably, with this news now, my opinion changes because if he's damaged goods, I don't want him. And I damn sure don't want him for $198 million. I'm just going to say that. But outside of that, like pre-knowing that, then I probably would make that deal. DB in the first, it would be next year, a 26 first or a 27 first?
26.
Yeah, I would probably do it. Because I just don't know how deep this draft class is yet because we're not in draft season. So, I mean, obviously they know a lot more than I do, but in that regard, if it's me, yeah, I'll do that. And give it a shot. But obviously a deal will have to be in place before. And again, this injury news, that would have me, like, if I'm a Packers fan, to be honest, and I read that report, I'm probably pissed right now, to be honest. Because how did y'all not know that before? And what does that mean going forward for his future? Because they signed him to a 4-year deal?
4-year.
4-year, 198?
Yeah, 198, 47.5 per year against the cap, getting paid more than Pat.
Mm-hmm. And then what was it, like $120, $130 million signing bonus?
I think it's like 135 guaranteed or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they probably knew it because it had to go through a physical. Like, they probably knew it, but
it also wasn't a secret.
Yeah, but they probably just thought, like, I mean, it's Micah Parsons.
That's what he was dealing with last year?
No, that's the reason that he hasn't been at camp
time?
Is because he's been dealing with a back injury. So that was like the whole, like, everybody was like, where's Micah? Everybody's like, he's holding out for a contract and now his back hurts all of a sudden. But now, based off of Ian Rappaport's report, it's like maybe there was some truth that he actually also was holding out for a contract, but also was dealing with a back injury. And it makes sense when you're an undersized edge that's getting fucking pounded for 4 years.
Yeah, very true.
So
specifically in the run game.
Right.
That, I will say, liability in the run game. You turn that film on, he gets in front of a big tackle, like not a standard size tackle, a big offensive tackle, it gets kind of wicked for him.
Yeah.
Turn that film on, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But outside of that, then it's just kind of like,
I also think it's telling, and then we'll get off the topic, but I also think it's telling that afterwards when they're interviewing players in the locker room and everything, opposed to players being like, it really sucks, we're going to miss him and everything like that, players are like, we're happy it's over. We're happy it's over and we can focus on football. I think that's very telling.
I mean, I guess,
I
but
don't
not really.
Yeah, I don't really.
It's the Dallas Cowboys. So it's just like you're going to be bombarded with – anytime there's a story within that organization, you're going to be bombarded. So, like, I mean, I don't look into it as that being a negative thing or them speaking negatively on Micah Parsons.
But I think it's a thing that was negatively impacting the team, and now it's just like it's just football. Like, hey, we're here. It's football. Kenny Clark came in, and he was like, I'm very no-nonsense. He was like, you want to know what I'm about? Cut on the film. It was like, I'm a football player, and that's it. And we need that. Like, we need that type of energy in Dallas because it is too much of a show. So
fair enough.
I think it's one of those situations. Packers get better because Mike has nothing to focus on but football. Dallas gets better because they get a guy that's already just focused on football. So
fair point. Expectations for the Carolina Panthers this season. You have us at 7 wins. I really want to know why you have us at 7 wins, because we dropped that clip from me last week telling you why y'all are soft as hell, you and them, for saying that we can't win the division this year. So I just want you to expound a little bit on why you have us at 7 games. What your expectations are. Like, what are you really trying to accomplish? Because for you, their divisional title isn't in play. For you, just based on what you told me and based on what you said on this podcast. So, what are you looking to see out of this season? Because it's very, very clear to me that me and you are viewing this season completely different.
Yeah, and
completely different.
I think I've had this stance since, way in the offseason that I think that this season sets the foundation for next season and what we can really do when guys get more experience. So, like I said, I think that we're relying on a lot of young guys, and you can see it with getting rid of Adam Thielen and, Jalen Coker just went on IR, but he was supposed to slide into that slot position and get a lot more playing time. And then you have young guys like Jimmy Horn, who's now on the active roster. So there's a lot of expectations put on these younger guys from, one, the coaching staff because of the moves that they made, two, from the fan base. And then when you have like guys like Princely and Nick Scoring and things like that are supposed to get early and, important play-in time, I just think that the team is too young for what you're expecting them and what other fans are expecting them to do this year. So really, the expectations that I have for this season is for guys to lay a foundation, for us to really see who they are, excel, to see what you really are. Because if you're telling me that last season you had a drop problem, but it was due to a lack of confidence and things like that, I expect you to come into the season a lot more confident and leave out of the season that same way. Ted, unproven, hasn't played an NFL game yet, so I expect to see who Teteroa McMillan is and what he can provide for the Panthers going forward as a long-term receiver and as the number one option. My expectations for Bryce is, can Bryce be the same quarterback that he was the last 10 games of the season? My expectations for the defense, with guys coming back, being healthy, can we show that we've grown in the ability to stop the run and not be the worst NFL defense statistically in history? The young guys like Princely and Nick Scoring, can we get acclimated to the NFL, to what that looks like in the Carolina Panthers system? Can we stay healthy as a team, one?
That's a huge key.
And then for the cornerback room, we didn't make a lot of splashes there. But can JC, after receiving this contract, can he continue to be a healthy corner? Can he show that he is a top 10 corner in the league consistently? Mike Jackson, can you be responsible enough to stick with that number 2 receiver? Are you able to uphold that end of the bargain with our safeties? There's a lot left to be desired there, but can a guy like Lathan Ransom come along and be the guy that, based on what he did in preseason and in training camp with a little bit more experience, can he be the guy going forward to potentially take over that starting role later on during the season? So I think, can this coaching staff grow from what they were last year? They are a relatively young coaching staff. Can they get something established in the Carolina Panthers culture and be a coaching staff that we can trust going forward? I just think that there's a lot left to be desired. There's a lot of things that we haven't seen yet from a production standpoint with this new team and with this new coaching staff. So my expectations is to establish a foundation that we can build off going forward. So that's why I think that this season is going to be a season to really establish that. And then the season after is when we will have been established enough of that to where we can take the leap to win the division, to be fighting for potentially an NFC championship. Like, I just think this season is the season to lay that foundation. Like, I don't think that any stretch of the imagination that this season is a wash if we only win 7 games, because I think that the team is so young with the injuries that they're battling that, it just doesn't seem realistic for me for us to win 10 games and win the division this year.
What win number, what win total would piss you off? Because I know you say 7 wins, and you steadfast in that. So I will commend you, because you haven't changed. I know that after the preseason week 1, both of us were kind of these niggas might just not have it.
Yeah.
Right. But you steadfast on your 7 wins. So what win total for you pisses you off? Because for me, I'm not going to hold you, bro. If we don't win 8 games, I'm going to be pissed. If we don't win a minimum of 8 games, for me personally, I'm going to be pissed. Because I don't even know if that gets you into the playoffs. But 8 games makes me feel a lot better than 7. even though it's a 1 game difference. I'm not gonna lie, but what number for you is going to trigger you? I need to know that too.
5 wins. Like I think with what you've done with guys coming back healthy, specifically the defensive line, bringing in guys like Bobby Brown and Turk Wharton to shore up that run. If you win 5 ball games, like I feel like you've gotten better in a lot of areas than you were last year. So winning the same amount of games as last year, that would really piss me off. That would really trigger me. So I think it's like a 5-6 win ball, like a 5 to 6 win season. That would be something that's really triggering for me and telling. And that means that we need to evaluate in a lot of other areas.
Interesting. Outside of Bryce Young, who do you feel is going to be the most impactful player on the team? That's a very loaded question, I know, and I just kind of pulled it out of thin air. But just off the top of your head, like, who do you think is going to be most impactful? Outside of Bryce, obviously.
It's hard for me to pick one, honestly. But, I mean, if I had to go based on where we were really asked at last year, it would have to be Derrick Brown. Because you come back, you're healthy now, didn't look too good in training camp, but we're dependent on you a lot to be able to shore up that defensive line to help stop the run, and then to plus keep the mediocre secondary and the god-awful linebacker core to keep them out of the fire as much as possible. So, to me, I think he's going to have the most impact on the team and specifically on the defense.
Fair. I think for me it's going to be that Derrick Brown is not that difficult of a sell for me personally. I think Chuba Hubbard. And I don't know why, and I damn near don't even want to put this on wax, honestly. Like, and forgive me, if this happens, it's my fault because I'm putting it in the atmosphere. But for some reason, like since June, I've just had this overwhelming feeling in my body that Chuba Hubbard gets injured at some point this year. And it's out for a significant amount of games. So first and foremost, I apologize to the fan base for putting it in the atmosphere, but I just had to get that off my chest because it's been weighing on me for a long-ass time, and I don't know where it's coming from. Secondly, can Chuba Hubbard stay healthy? That's going to be the key for me. So mine is kind of sectioned off a little bit differently because I think it's imperative for Chuba Hubbard to be who he was last year and to stay healthy specifically for the first 6 or 7 weeks, especially more now than ever because with no Thielen, that pass game is it's gonna take a little second.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think that we're gonna see another 67-yard performance from Bryce Young like we did week 2 last year. I don't think that's gonna be the case by any stretch of the imagination. But I think that it's gonna take some time to kind of get a rhythm with that and to get on the same time, and then especially if we can't establish chemistry with XL the way that we need to, if you're Bryce Young, it's going to take it even longer. Yeah,
and see, that's why for me, it was kind of hard just to pick Derrick Brown because I really wanted to say XL as well.
Yeah.
Because, bro, like, you have to be completely different than you were last year when it comes to catching a ball.
There's a lot of weight on his shoulders this year. I'm not going to hold you. Like, outside of all the you on one side and me on the other, outside of all of that, XL has to be different this year, bro. You're absolutely right. And to add more context to that, he did say this past week that this was the healthiest he's been since college. And when he was healthy in college, that's when he was at his peak.
Well, I pray to God that that's factual.
That's what he said. Like I said, that's what he said last week. I can only go based off what the guy says, how he's telling me his body is feeling. So if that's the case for me, phenomenal. Because this year, we just simply can't. I'm not gonna lie, bro. We just have to be honest because the season is here. The season is here, and I've been telling y'all that I've been happy-go-lucky, joyful, never really crashed out throughout the whole summer, which I'm actually very, very proud of because usually there's one thing at least that triggers me. I think I've kept it under wraps, but now the season is here, right? So all of the, we're going to give you a short lease, all of the, I want to see what DJ Johnson can do, how he can develop, all of that shit is out of the window. And just a quick sidebar, I don't know who he has intel on in the front office, but it is baffling to me that DJ Johnson is still on this roster. I really just can't explain it. I don't understand it at all. I really don't. I don't know what he provides your team. And everybody wants to talk about how magnificent of a run stopper he is, and I just don't see it. because it didn't show shit last year at all. Because the teams was guaranteed 150 once they walked into the stadium against the Carolina Panthers in the run game. So, but it's different. XL is going to be heavy.
Yeah, and I would say, speaking about like what you said about Chuba Hubbard, obviously we don't wish injuries on any players. And
no, not even remotely close.
And so, yeah, really terrible that you put that in the atmosphere. But
we can cut it.
If something like
especially
that,
since he's on my fantasy team.
Yeah. And if something like that was supposed to happen, like if it does happen, God forbid, then, I mean, Rico Dowdle was still a 1,000-yard rusher last year. And I know I've heard Tavian, like, try to minimize that a little bit. But, I mean, the facts is the facts.
I didn't minimize it.
I thought you said
the conversation was around his pass-catching ability. Somebody had mentioned Rico being a great pass catcher, and I was like, that's just simply not the case. It's like he's a pretty average pass catcher.
I had to go and think back to our conversation, but he's still a 1,000-yard rusher. Based on what we've seen from Trevor Etienne in the preseason, like there's a lot of promise within that. And we brought back the same offensive line who was really good for us last year. So if something was to happen to Chuba, like I feel pretty solid. Like it won't be the same because I think Chuba is a better running back than Rico Dowdle. But I feel confident that the backup running backs that we have, like that won't be as significant as a hit if it turns out that XL is on bullshit again.
Fair enough. Forgive me. I want to ask for forgiveness from the fan base as well as yourself. I shouldn't have put it in the atmosphere.
You do need to be careful, though, and pray that Chuba doesn't go down because Rico does have an injury history as well. Last season was the first time he's ever stayed healthy for a whole season. So,
if we didn't burn a second-round pick on a running back that had a torn ACL, we wouldn't even be in this situation at all. But that's a different conversation for a different day, I guess.
And if he doesn't get right, I mean.
Oh my God. I mentioned that the other day, and they damn near hung me from the cross again. Y'all can be as mad as y'all want to be. I'm telling y'all, bro. Like no cap, bro. In season, JJ, I'm just trying to warn y'all and tell y'all because I know it's a lot of new viewers. And actually, if you're new this week, quick little plug: like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on. If you're listening on DSPs and you found us that way, follow and leave a review. But yeah, they hung me from the cross. I told him, I said, okay, cool. I seen what I seen from Trevor Etienne in the preseason. And if he just so happens to produce and maximize his opportunities that he will get this season and Jonathan Brooks can't get right, what use do we have for the nigga? We talking about year 3, and we seen you play a total of maybe 13 snaps. But oh my God. Oh, everything but a son of Christ. Everything but a son of Christ, bro. But I just be trying to tell niggas, like, bro, it's the same thing they did, like I said, back in April and May when I was telling them about Adam Thielen. How if the Panthers were so bought into this youth movement, move the old-ass nigga. Move him. Either cut him or move him.
Well,
and I got slandered for that, and they did. So,
The thing is, what makes Jonathan Brooks, like, can give him some leverage is that Rico is only on a 1-year deal. So, I mean.
And that'll be what saves him.
Yeah, that will be what saves him, and if he has a good training camp. But based on, like, his situation before, like, getting drafted in the second round, given what he did at Texas, like, he's not going to be able to come into the next offseason with that much of a comfort level as far as him not being on the chopping block because, unfortunately, you've been injured since you've been here with 2 major injuries. So, like, you're going to have to put in that same amount of work as a new guy with a new face in the building trying to make the team as well.
Because he'll essentially be a rookie. He only played a couple of
Exactly.
snaps.
Yeah, I was about to say he played like 2 or 3 ball games last year and isn't going to play in, which I think is the right decision.
Yeah.
Like, I was about to say, I wholeheartedly agree with that decision. I said it as soon as it happened. Like, when we came on the pod the following day, I said, yeah, he needs to be done for the year. Like, next year, we don't even need to talk about him playing. But, yeah, I mean, that's something I got slandered for this past week. We should probably just make a new segment. What did JJ get slandered for this week? Because it's like every week is something new at this point. But
you walk into a lot of it, but
but I'll be right about a lot of it too. And niggas just don't be as loud as when I be wrong. Yeah, I do. Shout out QJ. He's the only one that acknowledged it. Couldn't even get it from thank you. Keep that shit going, matter of fact. Keep that shit going. Because I didn't even get acknowledged by my co-host.
About what exactly?
When we traded the bitch.
Adam Thielen?
Yeah.
What kind of acknowledgement did you want? Like,
Nothing.
because my whole stance is like, okay, cool, you get rid of him, but you need to make sure if that happens that you have his fucking replacement at the door.
And we did.
Yeah, well, cool.
And we do. And then
He goes on IR.
Yep.
So, I mean,
and
yeah.
I told nigga, that's another one. Actually, can you give me another round of applause if you don't mind?
For what?
Because that was another one that I tried to tell niggas that if he can't get his soft tissue shit right, then he's going to be fucked off. Lo and behold, we trade Adam Thielen. Guess what? The niggas quad, the same bitch ass one is fucked off again. You know, so, but like I said, niggas just don't be as loud when it is, right? And that's okay. I've acknowledged my position.
Well, I think Dylan made a great point. You said that, but you didn't really say it because you couldn't get the words out. So people didn't take it as serious.
No,
so
yeah,
that,
I told him about that yesterday, actually.
So that just tells me that you need to work on your delivery and your grammar and the way that you...
And my pronunciation?
Yes, you need to work on that a little bit more, and then people will start to take those takes a little bit more serious. So they pushed that one by the wayside, but that's completely on you.
I told niggas back in, I don't know, 3 months ago maybe, if he can't get the shit right, it's going to be alarming. It's going to be alarming. And now niggas see, oh, maybe he knew what he was talking about. Because actually, if we're just having an honest conversation, heading into week 1, it is a tad bit alarming. Having a rookie wide receiver 1, unproven, honestly, bullshit campaign from XL last year. So unproven wide receiver 2. And then a nigga that just got out the hospital bed 5 months ago as your wide receiver 3. Jimmy Horn, I know he has and I know that I'm probably just going to gain more and more haters with this statement, but I honestly don't even give a fuck. Jimmy Horn is not, right now, he's not what y'all think he is. So you get that out of your mind. I'm thinking that Bryson Tremaine is higher than him on the depth chart, transparently.
So what receivers are you thinking we're going to see in week 1? We're going to see XL, Ted, David Moore, Hunter.
You're going to see I think you're going to see all 7.
So you think Jimmy?
Yeah, because I think they have some special. I think they have some special gadget stuff for Jimmy, and even if it's not gadget, I think that there's certain plays and certain points in the game at which they'll throw him in the game to try and provide that pop. Because I mean, his athleticism is undoubtable, right? He's a change of pace wide receiver, something that we don't have on this roster, but outside of himself, right? So I think that he's going to get burned. You probably won't see Bryson Tremaine. I don't think that you'll see Bryson Tremaine because, I mean, we're not going to do it. We're not going to go a lot of 5 wide. And even if we do, one of them backs is going to be out there as well. So, probably won't see Bryson Tremaine. I think that you're going to see all the other guys, though. But especially with the Coker injury. Because if Coker was healthy, that list would get cut down.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that list would get cut down. But now, like you're talking about Hunter Renfrow having that hamstring injury that he was dealing with throughout training camp. And then, like, we saw him kind of get touched up a little bit in that week 3 matchup as well when Jack Plummer. Yeah. Shout out Jack Plummer for just throwing medicine balls, more or less. Hospital balls, rather. So, yeah, I mean, without Coker, that depth chart goes a little bit deeper, unfortunately, because you don't really know what you got. And you don't know how consistent they're going to be because Hunter Renfrow's game conditioning isn't going to be – it's not going to be ready. And it's going to be hot. Like, it's Jacksonville, and it's humid. So, yeah, I think that we're going to go pretty deep in the bag. I think that we'll see everybody with the exception of Bryson Tremaine. Now, if anything happens, unfortunate on the outside with XL or Nalo, then, yeah, you're going to see Bryson Tremaine too. But I think that everybody will – I think we'll come out relatively clean, but, I mean, you can't really predict that. So, it'll – we're going to go deep, and we're going to have to go deep because Jalen Coker is injured. So, I saw somebody on X say, I don't know why we just can never receive good news and that's it. Like, it's always good news and then something attached to, like, it's bad news attached to it. So, you had your portion of the fan base excited that Hunter Renfrow is coming back, myself included. But then, like, 10 minutes later, you find out that Jalen Coker is placed on IR. So, very, very unfortunate situation in that regard. But I will say I'm excited for the season, and as we've hinted at on multiple occasions this episode, we will be in Duval week 1. What you got?
Nothing. I'm stretching.
Okay.
You think I would raise my hand if I wanted to fucking speak?
I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know. Has he not done that before? Like, have we not had that before? Where he would like try and get our attention behind the camera or something like that? Okay.
By doing that?
I just had to make sure that he didn't feel like I was trying to little boy him or something like that, bro. I just didn't know, bro. I just didn't know. That's it.
I was just stretching.
Okay, got you. What else? I'm trying to think.
Score prediction or too early?
Too early. We'll do that Friday if y'all are going to be available. Also, actually, I need you Thursday night.
When? What? For what? Why? What time?
After the game, after y'all's game, win, lose, or draw, on a live stream.
After our game?
Yeah.
I can't make that commitment right now, depending on my mental state.
Soft as hell. I got it. Don't worry. I mean, it just makes sense for you to get up there. Win, lose, or draw. It makes sense for you to get up there.
Just know if I get up there and y'all are watching this and y'all are a part of the live stream, I will boot you from the chat if you harass me after a loss.
So we'll just take his powers away for that one because he's going to be a little bit emotional. He's going to be emotional. And there's a couple of niggas just ready to light you up already.
Oh, I know. And
and I'm going to let them get that shit off. Like, why wouldn't we?
Yeah, why can't you stand in the fire for one time? You're never in front of the camera when we're on here. So you can't stand in front of the fire one time?
Yeah, no, he's going to. He's going to have to.
Extremely soft.
That's not by preference. I'd love to be up there with y'all. But some niggas got to hold it down back here. So we can't use that against me.
I mean, no, we can't use it against you, but you can stand in that fire. That don't change his point. That does not change his point. Yeah, score predictions are too early. What we'll do is, are you going to be free Friday night?
I think so.
Okay, so we'll kick it off that way. We'll do our game preview on Friday night. Thursday night, if you're watching on YouTube, again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn the bell notification on. And if you're watching on X, you need to make sure that you're following us as well because, I mean, y'all know about the merch that we do and just all of the great giveaways and everything that we do. So Thursday night, this is how the season is going to go for us, just for the YouTube channel as well as the X account. So Thursday night, I'm going to be doing Move the Chains after every Thursday night game. Just giving my feedback, thoughts, listening to press conferences, everything like that. Terrence is more than welcome to join. I don't even think I've told him about this yet. But every Thursday, Move the Chains. Friday night, we'll be doing our FPFO game preview more times than not because there's going to be certain situations where it just doesn't happen or where the days change or something of the sort. And I just need y'all to be patient. But just know that's going to be the preliminary schedule. And then, of course, you're going to get the game reviews on Tuesday of every week after we record. So that's what our schedule will look like going forward for this season. I'm very, very excited. It's going to be a lot of work, but I'm excited. And, you know, I'm ready to get on that road. Though I just got back from Atlanta not too long ago. This weekend is where I spent my time. But you know, it just got me warmed up and ready because this next month straight is
it's hectic.
Very much so.
Nobody's juice ticket hit last week. Shout out to Boise State.
Shout out to ECU.
Boise State. No, ECU covered.
He put up
because he just the money line. Yeah. That wasn't necessarily on ECU. As a whole,
it was on somebody on ECU.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was on somebody, for sure. Let me see. Somebody kick us off.
Kick us off.
Yeah, I was about to say somebody.
All right. So, as y'all know, the ECU money line did not cash last week. That is not going to stop us from going back for the money lines this week. Very simple, very demure, 2-leg parlay. We're taking the Dallas Cowboys money line against the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're pairing that with the Kansas City Chiefs money line versus the Los Angeles Chargers, plus 562. Lock it in. All
right, I can go next.
Read Dylan's too.
All right.
If you have it.
Yeah, I'll read Dylan's. He has a 4-leg. Where's his, whatchamacallit? Oh, plus 409, very soft. Arizona Cardinals against the New Orleans Saints. He has a -4.5. Denver against Tennessee has Denver -2.5. Steelers against the Jets. He has the Steelers -2.5. And then the Eagles against the Cowboys. He has them -1.5.
Dylan, put your own fucking team on the ticket, pussy.
+409. That's Dylan's ticket. I'll go to my ticket next. So +495. I have the Panthers +7.5 against Jacksonville. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers money line against the Jets. New England Patriots money line against the Raiders, and then Cincinnati money line against Cleveland. That ticket is going to hit for sure. I'm entering that ticket in myself on Saturday because it will have to be on Friday because we can't bet.
We can't bet down there, yeah. So it's
Enter
going
it
to
in
have to
now.
be Friday.
I'll do it on Friday.
Fade it, fade it, fade it.
Your shit damn sure ain't gonna hit.
Oh, my shit's cashed.
Yeah, it's not because
They'll know Thursday night.
I was about to say they're not going to beat. They're not going to beat Philly. I have a plus 1045. Like the name of this segment is Juice. Is the juice worth the squeeze? And somewhere along the way, we've lost our roots.
That's because you moved it down because you couldn't win last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't need to really
them the
know
fucking
though.
context.
Yeah,
But they don't
Give
but,
them the
but my
context of
whole
why we
thing
don't give
is-
juice
Don't say we
anymore.
lost
My
our
whole
root.
thing is-
You cut the roots out of the ground.
What does that have to do with what I'm talking about though? Plus
You're-
400 is still juice. If you bet in larger units, we don't be betting crazy large units. I know a nigga right now that don't do shit for less than 250. A plus 400 get him paid. That's still juice, but y'all have chosen to go soft. Like you said, Dylan's was a what? A plus
Plus
409.
Yeah. But he went soft when we had the last fucking cutoff. He would
plus
he would
500,
fucking, he would hug the line. So
And
there's
what was
nothing
yours?
+495.
And what was yours?
+5. +560 something.
Scary money don't make no money. If y'all want to get some cho, this weekend, get in with me. I'm about to tell y'all exactly what it is. Let me send it in my group chat first so I don't get no complaints. Illinois -2.5 against Duke. If you watched Duke's game last week on Friday night or whenever that was, they're just embarrassing. They couldn't even cover against a mid-major. Damn, did I lose it? No, here we go. Illinois -2.5 against Duke. Tampa Bay -2.5 against Atlanta. Give me Carolina +5.5. I think that we win outright, but I just can't afford to have my money attached to, because I already just be too emotional. Just give me that. Just give me Carolina +5.5. And last but not least, Dallas to cover the 7.5. They cannot win, and they will not win, but they can cover 7.5 points. Guaranteed. Illinois -2.5, Dallas +7.5, Tampa -2.5 against Atlanta, and Carolina to cover +5.5 against Jacksonville. +1049. So, if you want juice and you want money and you want $100 plus
Fade
on
it.
a $10 bet,
Fade
then
it.
there you go. Everything else, you're not gonna eclipse triple digits. You're just not. You're gonna get candy money.
Well, if you put some real money on there.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Why is it faded? Who's fucking me? Or
It's just
talking.
It's just you and your tickets. Anytime you go over a certain threshold, it's just you just know to fade it. And
I
this
don't
is
agree
that
with
threshold. I don't know which leg it's gonna be, but one of those legs is gonna fuck you off inevitably.
Yeah, no, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. The only one that's like questionable is Atlanta, Tampa Bay, and Atlanta, because Atlanta swept them niggas last year. So it's just like, and they're in Mercedes-Benz to kick the season off, and they're dealing with significant injuries. So
Dallas is
I
gonna
don't
get you paid because we're winning that game.
well, so then they should just take Dallas money line.
That's what I did. That's what I told him. I already told him that.
Yeah. If y'all listen to me, this is not financial advice by any stretch of the imagination. That's number one. If y'all take Dallas outright, then
You're gonna get paid.
or yeah, it's gonna be one or two things. They're either gonna get paid or get fucked. But I can guarantee you one of them two is gonna happen for sure.
There's two things that we didn't hit on in regards to Hunter Renfrow.
Okay, slide back.
So one of the things was he had mentioned that there were other teams that called him when we released them. He didn't disclose the name of those teams, but all in all, he was like, it was either Carolina or probably not playing. So
major difference from the previous white boy we had in the fucking locker room.
Exactly.
Who y'all want to suck his dick.
So
but cool.
When you look at it in that regards, like I said earlier in the episode, it's different when you have a guy who wants to be on your team, who wants to be there. So I think that looks a lot different, and I'm excited to have Hunter Renfrow back in that regard. Another thing he said goes back to Bryce Young, his leadership. So apparently when he got released, Bryce Young called him and shared his own story of how he got benched last season and how he was able to overcome that. And Hunter was basically saying that meant a lot to him. And it just goes to show that it's good to have a leader like that in the locker room and along with a lot of the other guys with him that was welcoming him back. So shout out to Bryce.
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, we spoke, and this is kind of how we'll wrap up, and then we'll go to 2 minute. But we can spend just a little bit of time here. We've spoken on a couple of occasions, and myself, I've been the one to initiate the conversation more so than anybody else, just because of how hard I was on him, on Bryce Young the first 2 years of his career, outside of the last 10 games that we all saw, obviously. But the maturation is very clear. I don't think that Bryce Young is confident enough in himself at the beginning of last year to have that conversation or to make that phone call, to be honest. So I'm excited. Like, I don't want my tonality today to make y'all feel as though I'm not ecstatic about Carolina Panthers football or anything like that, because I know I keep threatening this crash out, but it's not really a threat. I'm just trying to mentally prepare y'all and get y'all ready, because I just know that I become extremely difficult to work with when the Panthers get to losing, especially games that I know that they're not supposed to lose. So I'm just warning everybody. And I think that my co-host and producer can attest to that, because, you know, when we get in them dog days of the fall and the damn and around Christmas time and shit ain't going right, my mood is just, you know, my whole being is attached to if the Carolina Panthers lose or win when it's in season, which is it's a problem that I should go talk to somebody about.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
But I just haven't gotten to that point yet.
You know, it's a way of life. You're either a fan or you're not.
Yeah,
I'm a fan, and I still don't. You know.
Yeah,
They changed my mood a little bit.
If you've never wanted to, never mind. Let's move on. Do we have a fan blitz this week?
Are we winning this week?
I already said that.
He already put in the record prediction.
Okay, cool. Well, I just need to make sure.
Backtracking?
No, I'm gonna tell you why we're backtracking, because I just don't like his energy.
Nigga, what?
I don't like his energy.
He said y'all was winning.
Yeah, I said that we
Yeah,
were
Bro,
winning.
but see, the thing about him is, right, he's going to play it cool for now, but let y'all go ahead and rattle off 3 in a row.
Well,
then that
we're gonna
motherfucker's...
lose.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Let y'all rattle off 3 wins in a row to start the season. Then this nigga's going to come in here screaming about nobody can fuck with them. They're going to beat the shit out of whoever's
I'm supposed to
in
do
front
that
of
as a
them.
fan. Like, what are you talking about?
I agree.
All in all, like,
But that's just what you're gonna do. So you're trying to play it cool now, like you're trying to temper your own expectations so you don't get too high or too low. But let y'all just rattle off a couple wins. You are going to be screaming from the hilltops that y'all are about
like
to win
I
the
said,
Super Bowl.
go back and watch previous seasons. I've been right a lot more times than none when it comes to the record prediction of the Carolina Panthers.
Got it.
So, I mean, for you to say that, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm supposed to do that.
It makes perfect
I'm
sense.
supposed to do
because
that as
I
a
know
fan.
because like the viewers might not know the real you. Nigga, I know you. And I know you about to be acting an ass if y'all if y'all start the season off how I have y'all starting off and JJ has y'all starting off with 4 in a row. Oh my God! You won't be able to tell Terrence shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to do that.
You won't be able to tell him
And you
shit.
won't.
That fucking.
We're going. If we go 3-1, his energy is going to be changed.
Yeah, that
and
you'll
it could
never
be a
see.
loss. It could be the loss that he has us for against Atlanta. But if we go to Foxborough,
Yeah.
and we start that month off 3-1, because that's all I listen, bro. I got this shit down. That's all I've been conditioning his brain to hear and think. So now it's drilled into him. Bitch, if you want to win a divisional title, you go 3-1.
Yep.
And then his brain is going to be thinking, oh, maybe
we can.
Maybe we can.
And then you know what happens?
Oh, Franklin.
You know what
maybe
gets-
we can. Yeah, bitch. We can. For sure.
The Rigby, the little Rigby with the hat in the hospital bed, that shit gets retired. Yeah, that shit gets retired. So cool. So cool.
Nah, for real.
I got a new meme for this year.
Do you? Already?
Yeah.
You're just waiting?
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Well, if we can go to Jacksonville and get a W, then I'll be happy.
Same.
Just kick us off the right way. Kick us off the right way. And if
All
we
you
go
can
to
do is-
Phoenix and do the same thing, I'll be ecstatic. I can't stand that fan base. Arizona, Minnesota, Chicago, Atlanta, it's all bitches. It's all of them. All of them. All of them. We're going to have also, like we talked about, we're going to go down to Jacksonville. Something that y'all really enjoyed last year was our game day vlog that we did in Vegas. We will be doing another one of those to kick the season off. We're going to do one for Jacksonville week 1. I don't know when it's dropping, so don't ask.
It's all right. It's all right. Please, I just
don't
have
ask.
one request for the vlog.
Okay.
Please, dear God, give the camera to somebody other than Haley.
Oh, so
After
she's going to be faded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to get half the video is going to be her recording a fucking shot glass in front of it or
Yeah.
her feet because she forgot the camera was on.
Well, I'll probably man it. That's how it happened last year, but we just ended up getting footage from everybody. So, but yeah, that's coming. So I'll again, make sure to turn that bell notification on. That's coming, and then of course we're gonna do another vlog, a game day vlog when we go to Vegas/Phoenix for week 2. But that one's gonna be a lot longer. We might even break that up to 2 parts, maybe. Actually, no, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just make it a 30-minute video. But that's going to be must-see TV as well. So make sure to turn the bell notification on, all of that being said, because, you know, you're not going to want to miss what we have planned for this year by any stretch of the imagination.
Do we have fan blitz this week or are we going up?
Nope.
There we
We're
go.
going 2 minute. I did not open it up this week because, I mean, we're in season.
I'll
But
start
I'll
mine
open it up
off.
next week. Have at it.
Blake Harrell. That's his name, right?
I think so.
Coach of the East Carolina Pirates, my alma mater, a team that I love dearly. Very, very, very nasty work in Raleigh and Carter Finley on Thursday night. It was. That play calling was just god awful, asinine. I don't ever want to see it again, and I mean that from the start of the game to the end of the game, because when you started the game, you started running this hurry-up offense, which theoretically ECU tends to thrive off of that. Like, that's the play style of offense that they like to run. And when it's working well, it's good. Like, when everything is going good with that, then we're a successful football team. But at some point, you got to learn when to look in the mirror and just be like, this shit ain't working. And it started off the game like that. You're running the hurry-up, but you're not getting any yards, so you're going 3 and out. Your defense, they putting in hella work getting stops, but then have to trot back onto the field dead tired because they've only been on the sideline for a minute. Very embarrassing, very nasty. Then I want to get to the end of the football game where you're 4th and 1 on their what?
Inside the red zone.
Inside the red zone.
4th and 1 on their
On
fucking
their, like,
one.
not on their one.
That's
It
the
was
one where
on-
they
it was on
got
like the
shut out
11
at
or
the
12.
fucking goal line.
Yeah, but that wasn't at the end of the game.
End of the game, we were on like the 11.
You're talking
or
about the
12.
last play.
The
Yeah,
last
I'm talking
play.
about the last play.
3rd and 1 and 4th and
Yeah.
1.
3rd and
Back-to-back
1
plays.
and 4th and 1 where you can't get a yard, just simply embarrassing. And then the 4th down call, we already predicted that we're going to go for 2 because you ran the clock all the way the fuck down anyway.
That was a mistake,
Yeah.
not to interrupt you, but that was bullshit.
Yeah, you ran the clock all the way down. So, I mean, our hand is kind of shown at that point. And then you call a play where there's only one read, the tight end, and then you call it on the short side of the field to where when he does catch the ball, he doesn't have any room to make a play. And then you call a pass play behind the sticks. Just a god-awful play call. I don't know why you didn't stick to the run at that point. You have a quarterback who's a bigger quarterback who can run, who provides significance in the run game himself, and you throw a pass play behind the sticks to the tight end. Just very nasty. That's what caused us to lose the game. The team put in good work fighting all the way back in a very crowded stadium with people that hate us and we hate them 10 times more. And for you to go out there and put on that performance for your fans and then don't take any fucking accountability in the press conference, it really burns me up and it really pissed me off. And I was very emotional after that game, and I was calling for your job. But, I mean, maybe I'll go slow and take a break. This is your first year, but cool. I just don't ever need to see that again.
I wholeheartedly support that message.
Justifiable crash out.
Yeah, 1,000%. I'm glad you cut his clock.
Yeah.
Have at it.
All right, here we go.
You might as well not even time him.
So, what I'm going to talk to y'all today about is the
he already dragging it, ain't it?
Is the debacle that was the Micah Parsons trade. I wouldn't even consider it truly a debacle. I know y'all kind of want to hear the thoughts on this, and I gave it y'all a little bit earlier. But, you know, letting the emotions settle on the situation and everything, I'm really not as concerned as I was on the day that we traded Micah. I think what Dallas did was commendable. If you got a guy that doesn't want to suit up for you, regardless of how anybody feels about it, he was under contract for 3 more years, and he was threatening to hold out, and at which point it was impacting the team. At the end of the day, I'm loyal to the star and not anybody wearing it. So if you don't want to hold out, and you don't want to suit up for us, that's fine. So we get rid of you. We get 2 first-round picks in return. We get an all-pro or a Pro Bowl defensive tackle in Kenny Clark. Additionally, we free up $47 million in cap space, which then puts Dallas in position to have the second most cap space in the NFL, at which point they turn around and spend that money on DaRon Bland, who is also deserving of a contract for the work that he's put in, coming in as a guy that was drafted in the 6th round out of a very small school, making a name for himself, and is now the 6th highest paid cornerback in the NFL. So shout out to DaRon Bland. I commend the Cow. I do wish they would have done this a little bit earlier in the offseason. However, you know, Micah was not going to be there for week 1. Now you get a defensive tackle who's going to be available week 1. So I don't like the timing of it, but I do like the way that it's all played out, and I do still have high hopes for the Cowboys this season, and I think this could be a situation in which it's addition by subtraction. Guys are going to have to step up. You guys know on this podcast, I said it prior to the draft, I'm a huge fan of Donovan Ezeraku. That clock speeds up a little bit for you, big dog. I'm not going to lie. I thought you were going to have a year to sit back and kind of learn. We're going to need you to perform this year. There is no more waiting. So can't wait to see Overshown get back healthy, because I think that's also another reason that Micah was let go, because you have a sort of dynamic guy that can come off of the edge. Even though he is more of a true linebacker, you still saw the flashes when he did play last season. So all in all, I think it was a weird move, really weird timing, and because it's the Cowboys, it got a lot of publicity, but I don't think it was necessarily a bad move. So
cool. I don't have one today.
Oh, I texted J5 about it too. He had me so weak.
What did he say? Oh, I'm sure he went on his rant.
Oh, he was tweaked. Bro.
Yeah, I'm sure he went on his rant. Yeah, he don't like that shit. Mm-mm. Like we're a lot different in that way. Like, bro, them niggas, like, if they get to requesting too much bread,
yeah,
like he stands on the side of Jerry more so when it comes to shit like that. And it can be anybody. Yeah, like it can be anybody. Like he saw what Micah got, and he was like, oh yeah, hell no, we wasn't paying him that. I swear to God. Yeah, so that's the side that he stands on more times than not. I'm happy when players get their money. That deserve it.
And he does.
Like Adam Thielen making $7 or $8 million for the Panthers. He didn't deserve it.
All right, bro.
He shouldn't have got that.
Move on, bro.
He shouldn't have got it.
Move on.
And then he goes and restructures. But let the Panthers fans tell it. Oh, thank you so much. Niggas getting a special a thank you message from the fucking admin team for a year and a half of production. Don't even get me started, bro.
Shout out to the Panthers legend, Adam Thielen himself.
I mean, yeah, I guess if that's the yeah, sure. Actually, yeah, round of applause. Hey, Adam Thielen, thank you so much for everything that you did for us. The 7 ball games that you contributed to winning in 2 years. Thank you. Thanks. We appreciate it so much.
Could have been 8 if whatchamacallit didn't.
Eddie?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Why did you do that? Why did you do all of that?
I'm just saying. You always tell me, there's an extra win or two that you can find throughout that season.
I mean, you can. And that has always been one that I've always counted. That one.
Shout out Cuzzo.
The Kansas City Chiefs game. The Tampa Bay game at home. Like, yeah, I can find 8. That's why I just don't like I don't. You nigga, when you get on roll with me Saturday, just make sure your energy is right, bro. Because I don't need you thinking in your head that we're winning 7 games, nigga. I need you thinking that we're gonna win 9 or 10. Just get in alignment with me.
No,
nigga.
we start off with 7.
Yeah, well, I mean, sure, I guess. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We will be back on Thursday night. I'll be back Thursday night. Hopefully, Tavian will, let his nuts drop. And if y'all slander him in the comments, y'all slander him. He will not have the ability to block y'all. We're gonna take his moderator badge just for that one night, so he can just sit back and relax and chill. Then Friday we'll come back with our
skin a cat.
I mean, very true. Then we'll come back on Friday night and do our full game preview for the Jacksonville versus Carolina Panthers game in Jacksonville. Saturday we travel. We're in the city Saturday night, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully we'll leave with a Carolina Panthers win. But that's what the remainder of the week looks like for us. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Tap in with us on social media. Like, comment, subscribe, bell notification. We'll talk to y'all soon.